Hello everyone, this is Evie the Sponge Reviewer here, and I'm back with another Kamp Koral SpongeBob's Under Years review. So today I'm here to give you guys my review on episode 8, Pat's Little Sinker and Kamp SpongeBob. So, in Pat's Little Sinker, in this episode, Mrs. Puff opens the lake of Kamp Koral, known as Lake Yucky Muck, in which all the campers go swimming there, and she explains to the campers all of these rules such as no diving, no splashing each other in the water, and most importantly, no sinking. So of course, everybody breaks the rules at the camp of the lake, obviously, and so basically Patrick is afraid of the water because he might sink. So because of this, SpongeBob and Sandy tries to teach Patrick how to swim. And since this happened, they decided that because none of this is working, they've decided that the best way to do this is to actually go underneath a Lake Yucky Muck, and then they all have a dance party there, because that's basically what the episode was about. So, overall, this was actually a pretty funny episode. I actually really liked this one, because there were some jokes in the episode that I actually did laugh at, such as Bubble Bath, doing a cannonball in the lake, and he made like an explosion. I thought that was pretty funny. I actually enjoyed the moments underneath Lake Yucky Muck, such as SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy having a little party underneath the water. I thought that was pretty interesting, I guess. But yeah, overall, this episode was pretty solid in my opinion. It had some pretty funny jokes, and I didn't really mind the premise of the episode, because they are kids in the series, and if you're a kid, you may never learn how to swim before, and that's understandable. Is because that as you get older, you'll learn how to do stuff more. So yeah, overall, Pat's Little Sinker was a pretty good episode in my opinion. So now moving on to Kamp SpongeBob. In this episode, Mrs. Puff, Mr. Krabs, and the other campers are out to go on a field trip, and they leave SpongeBob behind because he overslept. And because of this, SpongeBob is all alone at Kamp Koral, and he decides that he could run the camp himself. Now, this episode was just okay in my opinion, is because that I think they could have did more with this episode, and that's what I'm going to explain to you guys here in this review. So what they did in the episode is that it's basically just SpongeBob trying to run Kamp Koral on his own while he was left at Kamp Koral because he misses the bus to go on the field trip. And so he basically have all these sea animals to be the campers. Now, the part that I've said that was missed potential, I think this episode could have been a lot more cooler if they actually alternate between the field trip and SpongeBob becoming the camper at Kamp Koral while he was left behind. I think that could have led to more funny potential. Like, we could have seen what the campers were doing at the field trip, like Mrs. Puff probably doing something with the campers, and then she realizes that SpongeBob was missing, and they have Mr. Krabs call SpongeBob at Kamp Koral to make sure if he's okay. Like, that could have been a much better plot, is because that then the campers and the camp leaders will take responsibility a lot more seriously. Is because that if you leave one of your campers behind at Kamp Koral, then that's very irresponsible. Is because that they could have made sure, they could have checked to see if SpongeBob was there, but they didn't. And I think that was missed potential in my opinion. Well, Plankton was in this episode, but he really isn't one of the camp leaders. He's just the chef cooking the food at Kamp Koral, and even he didn't seem to care all that much when he notices that SpongeBob was left alone. Like, Plankton could have easily called Mrs. Puff and say, "Yo, Puff girl, you left one of your campers here at Kamp Koral," and then Mrs. Puff, Mr. Krabs, and the campers all get back on the bus, they leave, and they make sure to see if SpongeBob is alright. But no, that wasn't the case. It was just SpongeBob trying to be a trying to be a camp leader while he's alone at Kamp Koral with all these sea animals attacking each other and whatnot. So yeah, overall, Kamp SpongeBob was just okay. It's because of that missed potential. I wouldn't say it's bad or anything. It's because there wasn't really anything in the episode that rubbed me in the wrong way. But I wish that the episode could have been a little bit more better. But yeah, overall, that's my review on Pat's Little Sinker and Kamp SpongeBob. I apologize if I made some mistakes here and there. This is actually like my third or fourth attempt, just because I kept screwing up the title of the show. I kept calling it SpongeBob Under Years and all that. I mean, yeah, that's the title of the show, but it's actually called Kamp Koral SpongeBob Under Years. But other than that, that's my review of Pat's Little Sinker and Kamp SpongeBob. What are your guys' thoughts of these episodes? I would like to know, and I'll see you guys next time with another Kamp Koral review whenever I get a chance to do so.